Oklahoma's nonprofit food banks are also keeping busy this summer. Food insecurity continues to rise in our state, and it's always a challenge to meet the demand. Joel Filomeno joins us now with an update on their efforts to keep people fed and hydrated. Joel.
Rich, according to Feeding America, 1 in 7 people in the United States faces hunger, and that includes 1 in every 5 children. With a new school year just around the corner, food bank organizations are trying to tackle an ever-changing challenge.
All right, next one up, let's go. Let's keep this rolling.
Chase Parsons is the director of the nonprofit OKC Dream Center, an organization he founded in 2012 to distribute food to those in need. And on this toasty Saturday morning in Oklahoma City, there were plenty of people thankful to accept his help.
When we first came on this campus here, there was a small church food pantry going on, and then the organization jumped in and within 2 years kind of basically consumed that under its umbrella, and we've been doing it ever since.
The OKC Dream Center began drive-through food distributions during COVID. Parsons says that's helped them meet an increased demand.
It's actually grown from, we would do plan to serve up to 100. And then now, like today, every month for the last year and a half, we prep to serve up to 200 families every single month.
The pandemic is over, but the demand for food remains.
A lot of families that are on fixed incomes, it's really hard right now. And then others that just really haven't made a successful step back into a seemingly normal way of life after COVID.
The Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma says that each year they distribute 50 million pounds of food to regional organizations like the OKC Dream Center.
We partner with about 1,300 community-based partners throughout our 53 county service area.
Director of Communications and Marketing, Kathy Neslin, says before the pandemic, the need for food assistance was on the decline.
Unfortunately, any gains we had made were completely wiped out with the pandemic. We immediately saw upwards of a 30 to 50% need an increase in need for people needing food assistance.
Despite a 2.7 unemployment number in Oklahoma, Neslin says many can't keep up with rising inflation costs.
Inflation increases, but their wages do not. And so we tend to describe the people that we serve as chronically hungry children, seniors who live on fixed incomes, and then just those hardworking families that may struggle to make ends meet.
Neslin says food insecurity rose once additional but temporary pandemic aid was discontinued.
The reduction in SNAP benefits due to the closing of the pandemic benefits, yes, we definitely saw an impact in people needing more food assistance following when those benefits ended.
According to U.S. News and World Report, Oklahoma ranked 4th in the nation in SNAP benefits participation in 2022. The rise of food insecurity is reflected in the eastern half of the state as well, where residents are finding their dollar isn't going as far as it used to in the grocery store.
They're not able to buy as much food as they used to be with their grocery budget. And then when you saw the SNAP benefits get cut, which is about $230 per family with kids, that's a huge hit.
Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma Chief Development Officer Matt Jostis says Oklahoma is a top 10 state when it comes to food insecurity.
We're number 5 in the nation for most food insecure people. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, we're one of the most food insecure places in the nation for children. 1 in 5 of children go to bed not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. Here in Oklahoma, we're about 60% of families living paycheck to paycheck. So they're just, one unexpected bill away from losing their grocery money. And then that's where the pantries and our partner agencies come in to help. It's a problem that's just is getting worse, but it's definitely a solvable problem that we have.
Neslin says that a reauthorized farm bill from the U.S. Congress could help fund essential food programs.
That may seem funny that how does it affect food insecurity, but within the farm bill is all the federal nutrition programs. And so we need to make sure that our elected officials are paying attention and making sure that those programs receive all the funding that's possible so that we can continue to help our neighbors in need.
The Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma distributes food and health items to 700 partners across the region.
We're right in the middle of a construction project, which should be finishing up here in the next couple months. We have doubled the size of our distribution. So we will be able to go from about 30 million meals a year to 60 million a year.
Both sides, both sides, both sides.
OKC Dream Center volunteer Whitney Kluge helps run the drive-through distributions.
When resources are coming in, they're actually going back out to the people that need it. They're in safe hands and in hands that are stewarding them well.
The OKC Dream Center has grown to the point to where it seeks to help other nonprofits and organizations where they can.
It's kind of become its own monster for us, so much that we are now contacting other organizations and sharing the abundance of the donations that we get and trying to find organizations that are meeting specific needs that we can hook up with certain pieces of our donations and serve the greater Oklahoma City area.
Parsons says that the public can also help by financial partnerships, volunteering time, and donating food.
Start being a part of the change that you want to see that would make this city and beyond this our world practically a better place.
According to OKC Dream Center, they distributed 6,360 pounds of food during their drive-thru event last Saturday.